Hi, I'm Kevin McGill. I'm the professor for Philosophy 103, Ethics and Social Policy. And I want to explain a little bit why the class has been changed from 16 weeks to 12 weeks. The main reason is me. It's because I had back surgery a week or two ago, and I'm supposed to stay home from school for about 4 weeks. So we looked for somebody else to sub for the class for a few weeks and couldn't find anybody who was available. So basically, we're just moving it to start on September 16th. Now, for the basically, that's all you need to know. We're going to start on September 16th. The class will go another 15 or 30 minutes longer every week than it normally would have, and that way we'll make up the lost time. I will mention a couple of other things if you're already sort of set to get started. There's some things you can look at that will give you a good start on the class, but you don't have to do any of these. You can just wait till the class starts if you want. The first thing is you might want to look through both textbooks. There's two textbooks. One is called the Fundamentals of Ethics, I believe, or I think it's Fundamentals. That's the one that we'll actually use for all the lectures. So I'm going to lecture through almost every piece of that textbook, and then we'll have multiple choice tests over those things. The second textbook is called The Ethical Life, and that has a bunch of readings. The most important of those are in the last half of the book. It's actually part 4 out of 4, but part 4 is half the book. It's that long. And those involve a series of papers on specific ethical questions, like abortion or euthanasia, are they right or wrong? And so you're going to end up doing a term paper on one of those, but wait until you hear in the class or exactly what that will involve. But you might want to be reading through and see if there's one you think is interesting. If you're looking for one to do a term paper on, the best thing, the easiest, is if you pick one you disagree with, because in your term paper you're going to sort of try to argue against what the paper says. So find one that takes an opinion you disagree with, and then think about how you might make an argument for that. The second thing is you're going to use a couple of those for presentations in groups where we're going to have class discussions on them. So look around and see if there's some of the others that you think would be interesting. The third thing you might want to do is just be thinking a little bit about ethical questions in your own life. If you're like me, you have a Facebook feed which is blowing up with political questions. That's a big deal these days, is what kinds of things are right and wrong in politics. Should we build the wall or should we not? Should we have universal health care or should we not? Should we, whatever issues are the issue of the day is. So think about some of those questions. Think about how would you have a good constructive conversation about the right or wrong thing to do with somebody who disagreed with you very much. One of the things to think about for sure is how can we talk or have reasonable arguments about the right thing to do at all if the right or wrong thing to do is just a matter of opinion. So one of the things we're going to look at is the right thing to do just a matter of opinion? And if it is, how in the world do we have reasonable discussions about what opinions there should be? Think also about what kinds of assumptions do you make every day about right and wrong? What kinds of things are you assuming? Most people have a couple of things that they believe very strongly, like they believe that it's important that everybody be treated equally, or they believe that it's important to do for other people what would be best for them, to sort of treat others according to the golden rule, things like that. Think about how much do you believe those things, and if they are true, how would they affect everything else? So anyway, as I said, if you want to, you can ignore all that till the class starts, but I wanted to at least give you a little bit of a heads up on what we'll eventually be doing since we've got 4 weeks of downtime in the meantime. I'll look forward to seeing you in 4 weeks. Thanks for your patience with the process here and with the changing of the class time.